Hey everyone, I'm Kent C. Dodds as usual, and I'm joined by my good friend Mark Techson. How are you doing, Mark?
I am doing so good. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. Always happy to chat with you, and I'm very excited to introduce you to the people who are going to be at Epic WebConf in just over 2 months. We're very close.
Yeah, time is moving quick. It's going to be a really great time.
Yeah, I'm so stoked. I was really happy to have you last year as the MC. Very excited about you wanting to speak this year. Here's the thing. I've said this on a couple of these interviews, so if people have listened to others, they'll recognize this. But one of the best compliments that I can get paid as a speaker is for a conference to invite me back. And
Yes.
now on the flip side, I'm realizing one of the best compliments I can get as an organizer is for people to come back. And I'm just really grateful that not only are you coming back, but I'll like peel behind the curtain a little bit. Mark submitted his proposal in a very unique way. Mark, can you tell us what did you do to submit your proposal, and like why did you do it that way? And I'm just I want to hear that story.
Sure. What I did, friends at home were watching, I actually recorded a video of myself pitching my proposal. And it was a little bit of a risk because, you just never know how that type of stuff is received, if it was received as too forward. But the reason why is because I really wanted to share my excitement about the topic. And sometimes when you're reading words, it can be like, okay, it can all blend together. But I felt like if I could send a 30-second, I think it's only 30 to
Yeah, it's
45
really
second
quick.
video, very quick, like, hey, this is what I want to talk about. And if this is interesting to you, just let me know and we can go from there. Right. And doing it that way just felt like, let's do something different. Let's get some different outcomes by doing different actions.
Yeah, dude, I'm way into it. I thought it was awesome. When I saw that, I was actually toward the end of my selection process, and I thought, okay, I got to get him in. Like this this is the sort of thing that you cannot copy paste and just like
Mhm.
blast it everywhere. Like this is you really wanted to speak at Epic WebConf, and you
That's right.
demonstrated that so well by just doing that a little bit more. And I think like that's a really good takeaway for people in applying for jobs or in like
Mhm.
presenting your work to your company or just anything. Just like put the tiniest bit of extra effort in, and you'll really differentiate yourself amongst everybody else.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, and I think that in a time where things are changing for people who want to do things, they're like leaning on other techniques, right, to like get themselves seen, like you said, copying, pasting, and things and stuff like that. And I feel like we're gonna have so many options of people, and I just want to say, well, look, if he's going to go through this list, I want my stuff to stick out.
Yeah, 100%. And it totally did. Very
Yeah,
much did.
that's right. That's
And,
right.
and then of course it doesn't hurt that you are Mark Texan. And I know you well, and you really put the effort in to making things as amazing as they can possibly be. So for those watching who don't know Mark Texan yet, can you give us a quick intro to yourself?
Yeah, so I'm a developer and a developer relations person. So I've been developer for 20 years at this point, just writing code and shipping products. And then over the last few years, I've been hanging out as a developer relations engineer so I can connect with the community in a different way. And I've been working at Google, working on a product called Angular.
Well, most people listening probably have heard of Angular. That definitely was probably it wasn't exactly where I got my start in the JavaScript world. I was Backbone, but went pretty quick into Angular from there. So, and of course, it was Angular JS at the time. Now Angular is has evolved quite a lot
Oh,
since
yeah.
then. So, thank you so much for all the good work that you do for the Angular community. And
Oh, it's
I'm
an honor.
just very excited for you to bring some of your 20 years of knowledge and experience to Epic WebConf. And the talk that you're going to be giving is Beyond Code Assist, Driving Impact as a Next Gen Developer. What is that, Mark? What are you talking about there?
Oh, I'm so excited about this idea because I think that developers are landing in a couple of places right now. One slot, they're kind of just dismissing AI as an entire option. Just like it's not worth it. I don't care about this. There's AI slop. But then there's also this other space where people are excited. And I just want to make sure that I can help developers who are maybe landing in the skeptical side, who don't think there's any value into it, and to giving it a fair shot to see what else is possible. And I think that the story that I want to tell in this talk is bigger than just using, code assistant tools to write the code for you. But what does the future of work look like when you will inevitably, in a lot of spaces, have to use AI tools to be able to do things? Like, what more could you do if you were using an AI tool. So that's one of the key insights that I'll give a sneak preview to. Think about it from the point of view of what more could you accomplish. Think about those side projects that you couldn't do in a weekend because they're just something small you're going to get stuck on. That's not even the best use of your time. What if you could do more? So, and I'm
Mm.
thinking not only about your side projects, but I'm thinking about your career in general, because the world is changing around us, whether we like it or not.
Absolutely, yeah, and I love that that as a tagline for your talk. What if you could do more? And
Hmm.
I'm very much looking forward to hearing what if I could do more and how could I do more at the conference here coming up in a couple months. So, Mark, while we're there, you're not going to be on stage the whole time. You're going to be around talking with people and things. What are the types of things that you're hoping people come and talk with you about? Like you're standing in the hall, somebody sees you, and they're like, "Oh, I want to go meet Mark." What's a topic they could bring up that would get you excited to chat?
Oh, that's fantastic. So you could talk to me about video games. I love gaming. I've been a gamer for most of my life at this point. So probably like almost 40 years I've been playing video games. You could talk to me about parenting. I love sharing just honest experiences with other parents, especially ones who still have littles. I think that's really interesting. We could talk about what does development look like, even if you're not talking about AI, what does development look like these days? What is it like working at Google? What is it like building a framework like Angular? So you could talk to me about those things. You could talk to me about music. I play guitar, so I love guitar. So there are lots of things that you talk to me about from the technical side and the human side.
I love it. Yeah, that's fabulous. Now, Mark? Why is it that you go to these conferences? Because you've been to a lot. What is it that brings you to people in person? Like you've got a really cool setup right there. We're all looking at it right now. You have the plant, and you've got the laptop and the notebook, and you got a face for video. So, what is it that brings you out of the house when you can do so much from your studio you've got?
Because I want to be there with the people. Like that's one of the things. So I do go to a lot of conferences, but in 2025, I decided to actually reduce the number of places I go this year just for the sake of not being on a plane every week.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, like, where do I want to go where I feel like the connection with the people is the most authentic? And one of the conferences that I decided on was Epic WebConf because of the time that I had last year. I remember last year, I can't lie to you, I met people that I still talk to today that I met there. I even got
Mm.
closer to my own colleagues and, coworkers that I was able to hang out with at Epic WebConf that I don't even talk to as often when we are like at work. We work for the same company because the environment that was created, and I'm saying this from my own, like, you can't deny pay me to say this. I'm being
Yeah,
completely honest.
I'm loving hearing this.
It was just the connections and how much fun I had just meeting people and the energy behind the conference. There are very few conferences that create that space, and I want to be a place where I felt like I could do that. And so, for me, choosing the very few that I'll go to this year, Epic WebConf was on the top of the list.
I love. Wow, that makes me feel so good inside. Thank you, Mark. I just want to like chop that and share it on the social medias and
That's
places
right.
like people. You got to come. It
That
really
is
is
right.
special. It's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
and Mark, you're one of the people that makes it special. So thank you for being there and being such a great support and a support for me personally and the other people that you meet. I'm not sure who you're talking about specifically that you're still connecting with, but I would say that I envy those people, but you're a wonderful friend to me as well. So I feel camaraderie with those people because being a friend with you is just a really special thing. So thank you.
Oh, I appreciate that. That means a
I
lot to
love
me.
it. Well, Mark, I'm just couldn't tell you how excited I am to have you at Epic WebConf. I think plenty of people can relate to you on video games. I was going to ask you what systems do you like to play, but I'm going to let people come to the conference and ask you there.
Yeah. That's a great way to do it. No, come and talk to me, come and be there. And I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I don't know if you're planning on bringing your guitar, but I think that would be. I know that's a lot of pain to bring a musical instrument on a trip, but definitely there would be an opportunity for you to play if you do end up bringing it. And there are plenty of other developers who are going to be there who are musically inclined. So I think maybe we can put together a band or something. That'd be a lot of fun for the
Oh,
karaoke
sounds great.
night.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
All right. Hey, thanks so much, Mark. I really appreciate it. I'll look forward to seeing you in Salt Lake City, March 25th, 26th. It's going to be a great time.
All right. Thanks for having me. And friends at home, can't wait to meet you there.
Okay. See you, everybody.